which I think is actually already live, but it never actually says it is until it's like 10 seconds in.
It's just thinking about it, deciding.
All right, there we are. We are live, and we are filming this with a potato. If anybody has any questions about that,
What?
the camera. Remember how bad the camera is? We were just talking about that before.
Yeah.
I knew that the audience might not get that joke, but I was hoping. Either way, we are back. We are back thanks to y'all. Thanks for getting us up to 39 subscribers on YouTube, at least. We are at episode 37 now, so
We're getting there.
We haven't surpassed the YouTubers, so that's good. We are, like I said, live again here tonight I forgot to do a song again for the intro. I'm such an idiot.
Whatever.
That's okay. We are live here from Virginia. We went golfing today. I went golfing today. Not too well. Mostly to the right side of the course, but he said nice potato. Thank you, Mike. Either way, Tina went with us too. What did you think?
I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah. They have a bunch of weird games too. We went to Drive Shack and it was like hit the cards and kill the monsters and all this weird stuff. It was like, what the hell? But
it was a lot to like manage.
Yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted to announce. My notes are all mixed up. We are now also on Spotify. That's the big one. Also Anchor, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, sorry, jeez. Breaker, and Radio Public. A couple of those I haven't heard of. But I'm on there apparently. You can find me. And hopefully, if I ever have to delete anything, I will be able to do that. Don't really know how that goes. We do it to a thing and it just distributes it out. So we'll see.
So
we get canceled from some other state somewhere, like somebody I've never even heard of. Not even my friend on Facebook, but that's fine.
Whatever. You don't need them.
Does everybody like the live option? And Jesus, it is dark. How dark is it right now where I am? Hope you had a great anniversary. Thanks, Mike. We did. We also went to the pumpkin patch today, which was a lot of walking, but it was fun. And I mean, it was what it was. You know how it is when you go to those places. I mean, it's a rip. It's like however to get in, and then like you want a tattoo, glitter tattoo. It's like $19. Like Jesus. But it was fun. The kids had fun. That's what matters.
Yes, absolutely.
And it really wasn't that bad. I'm just complaining. But yeah, check it out on Spotify. I mean, if I get my numbers up there, that might help. And a lot of people have been talking about how, like, oh yeah, all I do is Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'm still working on that. I haven't got to Apple Podcasts yet. Bill Gates is trying to shaft me. I'm not cussing yet. But if I do, we had a good run. That's what my wife said to me tonight when we had a 5-year anniversary. It was just like, oh yeah, it's been such a great 5 years. We had a good run. Like,
nice knowing you.
It's like, oh my God. Yeah, it was a good run, I guess. But just like this show, it's been a good run. And I'll see you next episode too. But either way, let's get into last week's race. Joey Logano won. Tomorrow they're going to Texas. Kevin Harvick is working on it'll be his 4th fall Texas race win in a row if he wins tomorrow. And I think he's starting on the pole. Because they don't really have qualifying right now, and I think he's leading in points or in the standings or something right now, the current playoff standings. So he's starting on the pole, and he's won the last 4 races there in the fall. So I picked him in my fantasy league. That's all I'm saying.
How are you doing on your fantasy league?
I'm in like 4th or 5th, actually.
Wow.
I know. Sucks.
You suck.
I won last year. Who'd you pick,
Not
Tina?
last year.
Who'd you pick for tomorrow's race?
Well.
Jeff Gordon. If Ryan was here, he would say Jeff Gordon. Ryan's not in the studio tonight. We do have Tina, obviously. Ryan is not here. He does not have the corona. We do not think. I do have I think somebody's throwing rocks at my roof right now. It's loud. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but
we're under attack.
Dude, I got a hickory tree above this here studio, we call it, and It's dropping. Let's just say that much. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it sounds like I'm getting rained down on by, some type of gunfire. Yeah. Joe Logano won last week. Where was I? Kevin Harvick won a bunch at Texas, but I think it's hard to beat him when the setups are the same every week as they were the year before. There's not much change going on because there's no practice, there's no qualifying. So it seems this year more so than even the previous years that whoever won the race last year does really well in the race this year because the setups haven't changed much. The engineering and the, whole progression of the sport hasn't changed much, and there's no practice, no time for them to figure anything out. So,
what made them change from like the traditional way they used to race to all these like different stages and stuff like that?
For excitement. Well, they changed the point system because going into the last couple races, they already have a hard enough time with viewer ratings once football season starts because they have a 10-month schedule or something insane.
Mm-hmm.
They need to shorten the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do weeknight races and stuff like MLB, like basketball, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all the other sports do. They need to have weeknight. But it's hard to get around 43 cars and trucks and everything like that. It's a lot easier to send out one basketball team. They don't have to send every team in the NBA out, but that's their excuse. But anyway, so they have a long season. They have viewer ratings. Once you get into the later part of the season, they have viewer ratings, and then also Jimmy Johnson would be, leading in the championship by 2 or 3 races. So he wouldn't even have to show up the last 2 or 3 races, and he would essentially win the championship, so nobody would watch. It went from, some people sometimes watching to like nobody's watching because the championship's already been sealed up. So then they changed the whole playoff system. Well, then they changed the stage racing thing because some of the races were going totally green flag to flag,
Mm-hmm.
and it was too boring.
Yeah.
It'd be like if a football game didn't have quarters. It'd be like if a baseball game didn't have innings. It'd be like, they just try to make it. They're trying to build viewers and ratings, make it, and they're trying to appeal to the younger generation. Yeah, they're trying to appeal to the younger generations, make it seem more interesting. Yeah. Does that answer your question well enough? I mean,
it does.
They've changed so much in the past 10 years, and I know that you actually know the whole system and stuff really well, or 10 years ago you did, but I don't know if you've kept up through all the changes and stuff like that. So
no,
it's a lot to keep up with. I am on top of it. I just it's weird when normally I would tune into Thursday night when they get there on like a Thursday. They practice Saturday every day, which is too much too. They need to stop so much of that. But I would start keeping up with it. Now that it's just on Sunday, it's like, well, I'll tune in on Sunday, and then sometimes I'm watching football, or just sometimes I'm,
So it sounds like that whole shift hasn't really changed at least for you, the viewer.
Well, not for me, but I'm just more busy. I think it actually has changed a lot of people because they do tune in especially the final race of the year. Even I watch that every year, no matter what, because it is like the Super Bowl. There's no way that anybody has it sealed up. So the top 4 drivers that go into the final race all have a chance. They're all reset, and they're all contendable. If they win the race, they win the championship, or if they finish better than the other 3.
Okay, that sounds fair.
So that one is exciting, but not really fair if you've killed everybody the entire season. You have one bad night, but that's the way the Super Bowl goes too. If you think about it, if you have one bad game, you lose the Super Bowl. I don't care if you were undefeated the rest of the year; it doesn't matter. But yeah, we are back. Thanks to y'all. Shout out to Alex Hall, John Parlier, Ashley Davis, Kimberly Farmer. Go check out Kimberly Farmer's page. Was it K&K Apparel?
Kim and Kate Co.
Kim and Kate Co. Go check out their
boutique.
Their boutique. Sorry, I probably should have written something up a little better. But go visit their boutique. They just started out doing it. I was thinking about trying to get on the podcast. But I don't know if that would be good PR for them. I don't know. Especially with the shirt I'm wearing. I got a toucan on here. Drinking beer. Is this a toucan?
I'm obsessed with this shirt.
It's cool. And it was on sale.
It is cool.
It's dope. I don't know who won the late model race today, but there was a lot of them, so it'd be a lot to check on. But either way, go to Spotify, listen there. You can go to all the other ones too, I think Google Podcasts some people use, but radio, like Pocket Cast, anybody use this stuff?
Basically, you can catch us pretty much anywhere that you listen to your podcasts except for Apple Podcasts.
Yes. And when I get a hold of Bill Gates, I'm going to wring his neck, as my mom used to say.
Bill Gates.
Doesn't he own Apple?
No, dude.
Who is it?
Steve Jobs did, and then he died.
Maybe I'm thinking of Microsoft. Doesn't Microsoft own Apple now? Yeah, it's all linked together. I think so. Maybe find that out.
Yeah.
Maybe on your phone. I don't
I'll have
want
to
to
do some, some research later.
Well, yeah. While I'm going on a stint about nothing, just try to look it up, and that way I can know whether I'm a total idiot or not. Well, I know I am, but what level?
How far off you were or not.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all watched UFC 255. It was weird. It was at like 2 o'clock today in the afternoon, so I don't know why they do that, but Khabib Nurmagomedov submitted Justin Gaethje in the second round. Apparently pretty much, got grazed a few times, but went untouched and got him in a triangle choke. So, which, I don't know. This was supposed to be his biggest, competition ever. And because Justin Gaethje has, collegiate college level wrestling, as I like to say. Tina roasted me on that earlier, but either way, he's got, collegiate wrestling ability from back in the day, even though he doesn't do any, ground game in the UFC. They always say it's a weapon. We're storing this weapon. So when Khabib tries to take us down, we're going to bring back this wrestling that we never use. That didn't work. We're talking a minute and a half into the second round. I wish I could have watched it. Actually, I don't, because I would have been pissed. I wanted Justin Gaethje to win, but then once I knew that Khabib lost his father, but that was hard enough. Then, not only on top of that, Justin Gaethje was able to bring his parents all the way to Abu Dhabi for the fight. So it was Khabib's first fight without his parents. Justin Gaethje's, I think, first time his parents had ever gone overseas or something to visit him fight, something like that. But it was just kind of like, kind of want Khabib to win just because, of the upset of his father. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. If it wouldn't have been, if all parents would have been there, I would have been rooting hard for Justin Gaethje. That's all I'm saying. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Who did you have winning that fight?
I honestly.
You could have just. It was the easy. It was just a layup. Just.
I definitely. Yeah, I knew. I called it. I called it.
You were like,
I could have told you months ago.
I called my bookie earlier, that $3,000 on it. Habib.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov is undefeated. He will always be undefeated. Now. Obviously.
Also, the Robert Whittaker, Johnny Air fight. George, I don't know his name. Either way. What's up, Alex? What's up, Charles? Thanks. Also, the Robert Whittaker fight, he won. Apparently smashed him. Apparently 30-27 was essentially what would have been the judges' scorecard. So, either way, both pretty much dominating performances. So, kind of glad I didn't pay $60 or $80. How much? $80 for it. Jeez. Just because it would have been, and like I said, it's in the middle of the day. I don't know how they plan on getting any. They get a lot of pay-per-view buys from the Middle East and stuff like that. So obviously, the United States isn't the only country watching this stuff, but
sure.
I mean, it's a big part of it. But yeah, middle of the day sucks. They did that for the last time he fought against Dustin Poirier too. It's annoying.
And that doesn't have anything to do with the time on that island or whatever that they're at.
It does, but they fought there before during the night, when we saw Tony Ferguson fight. Justin Gaethje. Same place, I'm pretty sure, Fight Island. But it was at nighttime. So we watched it out here right after the podcast was over.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, yeah, the middle of the day thing is stupid then. There's no rhyme or reason for it.
But.
Oh, also, nobody really owns Apple. It's owned by shareholders.
Well, everything is. It's big like
Which
that.
is basically,
somebody owns it.
Berkshire Hathaway
Who's
has
the biggest shareholder?
Shareholder. They've got a 5.66% stake.
Who does?
Berkshire Hathaway.
Is that a person?
It's a huge company.
Investment company?
Yeah,
well,
it's an investment firm. Probably more shareholders. Bill Gates apparently owns 2% of his wealth is invested into Apple, apparently.
Yeah, but he's super rich.
I mean, yeah.
You want to look this one up naked teen covered in ranch crashes into gas station.
Wh-
You can try to pull that one up on the laptop real quick.
Oh my god. What is this world coming to?
Here we go. And this was already written down, Ryan. I'm sorry you're not here to defend yourself, but... So, the other day, me and Ryan, we were going to the driving range the next day or something like that. And I texted him, and I said, first of all, when he texts me while I'm at work and I don't respond, it'll be like 5 minutes later, he'll send me like one of the emojis like, is anybody here?
You do that too.
I do. Guilty. But I mostly do it as a joke, and I mostly do it after an hour or two. I do it to you quick, but... So he'll send me that 1 or 2 in a row. So I'm like, yeah, I'm at work. Well, I'll hit him up later. So then, there was one time when we were supposed to go to the driving range. We set the clubs up and everything over there by the door for the next morning. And I texted him. We were supposed to go at like 1. I texted him at like 12, like, hey, man, you still ready to go? Text him again at like 12:45, like, we still down? And still nothing. And then like 1:30, he's like, oh, man, I didn't even know you were serious. My phone was in the other room. Like, your phone was in the other room for an hour or two? Didn't make any sense. But either way, and I give him a hard time about this. He'll know. He's probably laughing, hopefully. But so then the other night, since then, that's when he's always hammering me, like, where's that? Where? So then the other night, I texted him at 5:28. We were talking about the fight this weekend and stuff like that, and the Cowboys game, all this kind of stuff. Literally, 11:28 at night, he texted me back, oh, yeah, my phone was in the other room, or whatever it was.
Good grief.
I'm like, holy shit, dude. What, you have a pocket? I gave him a hard time about it the next day, so he already... But either way, it's just funny. But, and I do it, too. I don't text people back ever.
No, you're horrible. Especially about calling people. Like, if I was dying, you wouldn't know.
And he's been doing good at producing, so that's all that matters. But he doesn't text back worth a shit. But then he expects me to be, like, on a dime while I'm in the middle of a work day. Like I can't even text while I drive anyway, so I have, like, no time to even do it. But, not that I would text and drive. I can't even talk and drive. I would probably just see the text and call him.
Is there, like, a video that you have that you're wanting me to find? Because just finding this article.
Okay, that's good enough. Naked teen... Oh, Kansas gas station? Early Saturday morning.
Yeah, a teenage boy who was naked and covered in ranch dressing crashed a vehicle at a Kansas gas station early Saturday morning.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's America.
Yeah, it is absolutely American. The disturbance was reported to 911 around 3:30 a.m. A 17-year-old male was naked and under the influence of a substance, the sheriff's office said. He covered himself in ranch dressing, damaged property inside a business, ran outside and jumped into a running vehicle, and then crashed into a nearby pillar.
Epic.
Yep. Good grief.
Lord have mercy. See, well, at least he's 17 and not 37. That's always kind of even more sad.
I mean, I guess.
You know, almost 40-year-old covered in ranch, naked, driving around. That's not good. 17-year-old, we've all been there. You know? We just didn't crash. But I've definitely driven around naked, covered in ranch.
I can't say that I've ever done that.
Every time I go to McDonald's. In the work van.
Okay.
Also, what do you think about people that like their own posts? So I wrote this down the other day because I can't like it.
No, I can't like that either.
I can't like it.
It's like
Not that I can't like the post. I can't like the fact that they do that.
No, because
I don't like it.
if you like something enough to be sharing it on social media, you don't... Obviously, you like it, you're sharing it. So liking your own post is exceptionally redundant.
It's a bit much. I haven't seen anybody do the love emoji on their own. That's when it's like...
Or like the care or like the sad emoji.
No.
That would be like...
That would almost just break my heart. That would be
be like peak cringe.
But yeah, that I just... Like I said, I saw somebody do it and I'm like, don't... What? And then I really couldn't at that point. I couldn't like the post. I'm like, you already took my spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
I see you. Because always... People act like people aren't going to see it. If you do that, it literally says your name and however many others.
Right. You're the first one to come up.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to say if you liked your own post. So don't do it, folks. And in fact, I have done it sometimes by accident. But never on purpose. Sorry, my dog's about to kill something again. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it and then have that big rant about,
Alex says Ethan's one race is covered in ranch naked.
Yes.
Okay.
I use it as my fire suit.
Says a lot about you.
That one's the naked teen thing is written so big on my paper. It's just so distracting. Naked teen running around a ranch. I can't get it out of my head.
Wow.
Okay. Also, this is a good one. Theo Vaughn. I've talked about him a few times on the podcast. He's a big podcaster, comedian, but not right now. Well, kind of. They're getting back to it, but mostly a podcaster right now.
Yeah.
He's on King and the Sting. I talk about that sometimes. He's also got his own podcast this past weekend. Well, this past weekend, he had a morticianer on. And he's kind of famous for getting random guests. Like, he's famous, but he won't just have comedians. He has a lot of comedians. He's had Boozy. He's had Diplo. He's had, Whitney Cummings, David Spade. But he also has a plumber from Craigslist that he'll hire. That he'll pay him like a day's worth of wage to come and do the podcast for a day. He's had a sex worker. He's had a rowboater, a person that rowed a boat like competitively across like Well, I think that they also did like some challenge like across like from island to island or something insane.
When he got stood up by a female trucker, didn't he?
He got stood up by a female trucker. That's true. He was supposed to have a female trucker on. But anyway, so I talk about him a lot too because he's kind of what got me into this. He's one of the reasons I got into this. And I've always liked that about his show, that it's not just, when he has a plumber on. The plumber's one of the best episodes. The plumber's hilarious. The sex worker, she's covered up like Tina, but she has a lot of good stories, and it just gives you a whole new light into not just Hollywood bullshit.
Oh, I'm sure that she would have some really interesting stories.
We had a good run. Cussed.
It's been
explicit now. But either way, yeah. It's just all the morticianer one. Y'all go and check that out.
What was some stuff that they talked about that really?
The whole process. Because this guy in Kentucky, he is not only the morticianer, but it's not like an ambulance. Like, he comes and gets the body.
Oh, I have a friend whose husband does that.
Yeah, he's pretty much the Undertaker. That's his essentially role. He goes and gets the body, and this guy was not like the wrestler. Look it up. And brings it back to the morgue, or in his situation, it's not called a morgue because it's everything. Home. Yeah, it's a funeral home, but it's all in one type thing. So brings it back there, embalms it. Embalmed. How do I say it? I don't even know how to say that word, but and just all the way he does it, and he's a super nice guy. He's not like sick the way he talks about it or anything like that. And I've been to morgues. I've met a few of these people, and kind of when you think about it, when you like this guy, it's kind of a horrifying thing. Like when you're talking to this guy, you're like, this guy.
Really?
They're never horrifying. They're always extremely nice men, but just the fact that they literally, essentially cut up bodies for a living is kind of sickening.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on your view of death.
Exactly. It doesn't bother me, but I could easily see how it could bother other people, and how I do have that thought when I first meet him. I'm like, Jesus, this guy could like kill me right now, and nobody would ever even know it. He'd chop me up and throw it, So there's just a little bit of that there, You know what I'm saying? This was also the most sketchy. This was not in a good place. This is in between two alleyways. And it's got to be cold in there. Back in the day, they used to bring in a cold table. They'd like refrigerate a table and bring it to your house and slab you down on there.
Yeah.
And do the embalming and everything there. But
embalming.
Yeah. So it's my accent, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Get off me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know. So just the whole thing. Well, either way, I was saying I've been to a few of them, and it's just kind of weird. I had a guy working with me, a younger guy working with me, and he, the morticianer said, if you need to go up on the roof, there was a hatch. He's like, if you need to go up on the roof, just open that door right there, and there's some ladders in the back. He said, but there's some people in there. I was like, all right. So, and I was like, no, we ain't going to need to go up to the roof. I don't want to do that. Turns out we had to go up to the roof. So, I'm like, open the door. We'll go in there and get the ladders. But we needed two. One 10-footer or whatever to move the hatch out of the way, and then a taller one to actually get up out of the hatch to, get out of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
So, he opens up the door, and I start walking in, and I'm like grabbing a ladder, and I'm like, yo, grab this ladder. And I look back, and he's standing at the threshold, looking into the room, and all the bodies have sheets over them. I mean, you can see their nose sticking up and shit. I mean, it's kind of creepy, but
Right, like it's obvious that it's a body there.
oh yeah. And he's stuck, dude. Like I said, just a deer in headlights, just looking around. And I'm like, get this ladder, and he wouldn't do it. So then I have to get both ladders. Now I'm like, fuck this kid. So I have to get both ladders because he's a little ween, and then we have to go into the actual, I think what would be called the actual morgue, the room, which looks like literally something out of the movie Hostel. Like literally hooks on the walls with scalpels and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's wild. I mean, it's circular drain in the middle of the room. The whole thing's tile. And I mean, it's, like I said, the window straight up to the alleyway. It's not a good, when you're in this room, you don't feel like a good place to be. Well, he's in this room. And by the time he gets in this room, I close the door and he realizes on the other side of the door, this other room, another body, right underneath the unit.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to now move body, roll it. It's on a roller. We don't have to pick up. That would be crazy. Okay. Sorry if I threw you for a thing there.
You have to just push, like roll the body out of the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Which doesn't bother me.
Right.
So I rolled it right at him, and then the body rolled off and into his arms. No. That'd be bad, too.
Oh, my God.
No, that would be bad. But no, either way, I'm having to get it out of the way, and then now we're in this room, and he's mortified. Is that where that word originates? Morticianer?
I don't
Wow.
probably think
Just had an epiphany.
Maybe.
So anyway, does anybody let us know how the audio is too? Somebody let us know how the audio is. Can anybody hear me? Just do this whole podcast and the whole thing is silent. People just look at me flailing my arms. Which I guess how it is on Spotify. You can't see what I'm doing, so
That's true.
I never think about that. But so this kid's horrified, and we went a few weeks after that to another one where they were like, oh yeah, same thing, in big room, the big drain in the middle, water hoses and stuff, like real sick shit. And they're like, oh, the thermostat, it's got a remote thermostat because they don't want the thermostat getting wet and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just got a sensor, and it's over here. Well, before we go in there, the guy's like, y'all cool with, I'm like, yeah, dude. And I knew that he would, and I didn't give a So I'm like, yeah, bro. And the guy that was with me behind me didn't even hear him say that, so I totally gave it the clear. So next thing you know, he asked us this because not only is there a lot of them in this room, you have to up against the hit my head. You have to up against the wall, shimmy shake yourself by because it's like a hallway, and they're in the hallway, and one lady's foot or person's foot is hanging out. Looks like a damn bear got a hold of it or something. I don't know what happened to this person, but it was not good.
Yeah.
And so we start walking. Now he's committed. He's already in the room too. So he's like, just get me out of this room. So he's following us. And like I said, dude, I'm literally talking you're about to graze, a big old nasty, what looks like fell from the top of a building and landed on just that 1 foot type of foot hanging out. And it even had me shook a little bit, but I knew it had him horrified. I always mess up the climax. That was the climax. That's the end of the story. He was just scared. That was it.
What? I feel like
I'll
death
drink to
makes
that,
people
huh?
so weird. Yeah, man. Death makes people so weird. It's just a body. I don't understand why people get so upset.
Probably because we don't have hearts. And a lot of people do. A lot of people have souls and stuff. Things that we wouldn't know about.
That's fair. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I worked in assisted living for so long. Maybe I was just kind of like desensitized to it. Like,
Yeah, there was this other body we had to move. You know, it was in the way of the unit. I just picked it up, threw it over my shoulder, and I said, "Let's go, Betty." And I carried her across the room. Body slammed her down on the countertop. Dead bodies don't bother me, dude, at all. I make them deader. I will, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm with you.
Go check out the Avon. A lot of things in common, too. He only played basketball like his first couple of years. He had the same number as me.
What was your number?
34, 32.
Okay.
It's switched.
Do you pick your
He's one of
numbers?
those. Not once you get to high school.
Mm.
And even back before that, you don't get to pick it. It's just like this or this. Like, they give you 2 or 3 options. Well, if you're the last kid there, you don't pick shit. But I want to say my family always did the 30s in basketball. 32, 34.
Mm-hmm.
I think it started because we wanted to do 33 because of Grant Hill, maybe.
Who's Grant Hill?
Basketball player for the Pistons back in the day.
I mean, is that like a common knowledge sort of thing?
No.
Well, then.
Oh, now I'm going through Howard Stern obsessions now that I've been watching Howard Stern interviews.
Really?
Not obsessions. I just watched a lot of because he has such good guests on. Did you know that, dude? Howard Stern. I never realized how he makes $100 million per year.
Yeah.
From doing his radio show.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, biggest podcaster in the world, signed a 3-year deal for what they say it could be, well over $100 million. But either way, I mean,
so he makes triple that.
Howard Stern, yeah. Joe Rogan makes what Robin, the chick that is on, you would know that she's on the Howard Stern show with him. She's been there forever. I guess it's his producer. He's got so many people on the show, but it's the main chick, Robin. Look her up. Let's give a shout out to Robin.
I mean, the Howard Stern show is like...
But, oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
It's classic.
Oh yeah. Have you ever listened to any of them?
No.
I think I had a stroke. Never listened or watched them. Yeah, just switched to a different language for a minute and came back.
What is it like
right,
in Bruce Almighty when he's like...
Yeah, like that. Yeah, yeah, that's Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah, guy's awesome. But he had John Daly. That's where it started off. Artie Lang, a famous comedian who I talked about last time, was part of his show. He was a stand-up comedian, but he was like one of his just backstage guys for like 20 years or so, long time.
Mm-hmm.
So just hearing some of Artie Lang's cut up and jokes inside of the show are just hilarious. And like he had like a big drug problem. Like they didn't know, but they thought he was just tired because he's like so lazy and big and fat. And no offense to it's just they used to make fun of him openly about it all the time. It's the Howard Stern show. Whatever you are, they're gonna call it out quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he would like fall asleep, like mid-air.
I thought it was just lazy.
Well, they knew that their excuse that time was they knew that it only happened 2 or 3 times, and it's part of that's what made me click on it. It was just like Artie Lang, and then it ends up being the full episode, and you have to watch the whole thing until you get to the end where he falls asleep. And then they do a blowhorn to wake him up, and that's part of the reason why it's so funny. But then YouTube took down the blowhorn because when he hits his head, it's like violent or something. He wakes up and hits his head against the wall.
Oh.
He's fine now. What happened to the phone thing or with the buzz?
I don't know. I didn't move.
Dang. Well, it was you. See, this is where we need Ryan, and he's holding up the wires like this normally and doing that whole thing. That one time he had literally one wire on his foot, but one on each arm.
Yeah,
we made him sit like that for an entire 60 minutes till the show was done.
All of his limbs were outstretched trying to balance this stuff.
Yeah.
Who's Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show? Connor says he loves him.
Who was Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show?
I don't know.
The guy that calls in? What are you talking about, Connor Scruggs? I'm not well familiarized enough with, is that what he said? With the show to know whether Beetlejuice was a part of the show, or because he's got callers that constantly call in. Like one of them's his neighbor, one of them's his dad. Calls in all the time.
His dad is still alive?
Oh yeah. Well, the shows that I watch are from 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would say that's some impressive genetics there. His dad's still alive.
He probably still is now. I mean, Howard Stern's what, 60? 70?
He's up there.
No. Look it up. Mike Wilson said this. He said this the other night. He said you remind him. He said when he hears Tina, he said Tina reminds him of something insane. I wish I could remember it. Can we call Mike right now?
For a second, I thought he's 66. For a second, I thought you meant like that was just what he said. Like Tina reminds him of.
We should call Mike
insane.
live on air and see if he answers. Something we were never able to do in the past.
I don't know if I trust that.
That's okay. He's not gonna be awake, dude. They're so old. He's gonna have no idea, but yeah, dude. He was laying in bed in the dark the other night. I called him at like 9:30. Like, what are you? I mean, it was a weeknight, but still, I was like, "What are you doing?" Literally in the dark.
Yeah, at 9:30, that's reasonable.
It might not have even been that late.
Like a school night, dude.
Yeah, but it might be my phone. What a goob. He called you something, dude, and he's not man enough to answer the phone to tell us what it was. It's like a black midget that's always in the studio.
Oh.
Beetlejuice. Oh yeah, I do recognize that description a little bit. Jesus. Oh yeah, go check out On the Hammer podcast page. It's not a podcast yet. It's going to be in November. It's coming soon.
Okay.
These are these kids from California. They hit me up for podcast advice. Idiots. Just kidding, guys. No, they were cool guys. But they just wanted to know what audio stuff, I've used and how much, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Any advice? I think there's just going to be audio only at first.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already on the right track because I thought I could get away with doing a video one. Now I've got terrible cameras. The audio is still good, though, hopefully, if anybody can hear us. And now we're on Spotify. I've only said that 9 times, but there's 10.
Yep.
Spotify. We're actually sponsored by Spotify.
Or not.
No, we're not. They had something written about them. Joe Peterson. I can't remember their names.
Do they have like a specific genre?
Racing. They're dirt racers from California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's On the Hammer, like Drop the Hammer. But
like a hammer
Drop
down.
the Hammer, I think, is already taken because I wanted to do Drop the Hammer podcast. All the podcasts are already taken. There's 900,000 podcasts now. Can you Google that for me? How many podcasts are there now? Because 6 months ago when I started this, there was 900,000 and something. I bet there's well over 1 million now. Especially now that Joe Rogan got a Spotify deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as big as my Spotify deal. Which is them sponsoring us. Which is them letting me upload for free. It's kind of like a sponsorship.
34 million episodes as of 2020. October 2020.
How many podcasts are there? 1.5 million.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was looking for.
Wow.
That's crazy, though, because the average podcast only goes 7 episodes. However, ones like Joe Rogan's go 1,200. So
Joe Rogan has 1,200 episodes.
I think he's at 11:55.
Wow.
He does 2 or 3, 4, sometimes even a week.
How long are they?
Usually 3 hours.
Oh my god.
They could be an hour and a half. They could be 5. Literally.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's what he does. I mean, he doesn't have to come home from work and hop, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, all right, kids. And then he's got like 8 hours, He could do an 8-hour one. He didn't give a fuck. So, either way, go check out them. Oh, we talked about this one time. I wanted to do it with Ryan. I wanted to ask Ryan. Is Ryan watching right now? I wanted to ask Ryan if he'd ever seen, because I think we talked about it before he came on, the people that break their arm wrestling.
Oh my god.
You've heard of that too, right?
Yes.
You don't have to show the video. It's gross.
There's a couple videos out there that are like really, really graphic and really horrible.
Yeah. They're pretty gross. And I never even knew that was a thing.
Really?
No. I would probably not have arm wrestled so much in my life. Not that I have done it that much, but like I wouldn't just do it drunkenly at a bar one night. Not that I even do that all the time, but I wouldn't do it probably ever if I would have known that my arm might break.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
If anybody would like to arm wrestle, I'll still do it.
I feel like those people that like break their arms arm wrestling are like the fanatics that are like constantly like trying to arm wrestle people, and it's probably like a stress fracture built up over
Or
time.
probably two really strong guys and their bones can't handle it.
Well, if you feel that your arm's getting ready to break, wouldn't you like just let go?
No, I think it once
Like-
it like snaps. Like it's
Ugh.
yeah, dude. Check out the video.
No,
I want
don't.
to see it now. Play it.
No. Mm-mm.
Do we have a way for you to play it on my end where they can't see it? Not yet. It's coming soon. Also, we might have. What do you think about? I think I can figure out a way with OBS to do like Skype calls.
Yeah. Like
Or
how we
not
had
Skype,
Brandon on.
Zoom. Yeah, but Brandon's was dog shit, and I ruined it because I didn't have the audio set up right.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll have Brandon back on, Brandon Bowen, and
Well, that'd be fun.
we'll have these California cats from On the Hammer. What have I been saying the title wrong the whole time? I should probably look it up.
Oh my god.
Do you have a good a turn right story tonight while I look up these goons? They're nice kids. I keep on shit on them. They're awesome. I don't know why I keep on doing that. They're cool. They're probably not going to have me on their show now.
They're your competitors, to be fair.
No. Probably already got more views and maybe they don't have a podcast yet.
I don't have. There was an article that I need to find. I don't have it pulled up.
Ugh.
To be fair, I didn't want to jinx myself that I'd be able to even make it out here because I haven't been able to make it the last 2 weeks.
Fair enough. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. It's not exactly great show when I'm just trying to find something on my phone, but I'm still doing it.
Who you're looking for the podcasters?
I'm looking for the kid. The name.
Oh, I found my story. Scientists now have a new way to fight back against soap, and like, forgive my ignorance, but apparently there's like a huge market for baby sea turtle eggs.
For what?
They're apparently a delicacy to be like consumed as food. Wow. So these scientists were apparently inspired by Breaking Bad, and I think it's called Vice. It's like another like big drug show. They use these little decoy eggs with GPS trackers in them to like, for when these eggs inevitably get stolen, they can figure out who stole them and track them down. I mean, the eggs by then are worthless. You know, they're not going to develop into baby turtles, but they can at least catch the bad guys. Yeah. So they put these little fake eggs into these nests with the real turtle eggs, so that in case any of those turtle eggs get stolen, they hope that the decoy egg gets taken with them, so they can find these bad people.
These bad people.
Well,
these
they
hardened,
are these
hardened
horrible,
criminals.
terrible people.
I guess they are stealing. What did you say? Turtle eggs of all
Baby
things.
sea turtle eggs, and sea turtles are endangered.
Yeah, I think the
It's
hardness
not
of
just like a
criminal
chicken
doubles when you're doing something against something so. But like if you kill kittens,
Pure. Yeah.
that's some dark shit. Dude.
Yeah.
You are.
Like, turtles are harmless and defenseless and beautiful. I love turtles.
I'm pretty sure it's called On the Hammer, but I still haven't been able to find it.
Oh dear.
It even had like
I'll find it.
Here it is. Ryan DeForest, Brent Curran, Joe Peterson. On the Hammer podcast. Go check it out. Go check out their page. They already got 212 likes. They're doing good. And if they get, I don't know how many more right now, they'll have me on once they start the podcast. And it will probably be audio only, which is good for my mug. And I would hate for them to have the camera issues that I am currently having. Because it looks like I'm in a cave of abyss.
Yeah,
They're doing good. Oh, what's up, Ashley? I gave you a shout out earlier in the show. I had more people written down too on my phone, but I got something else on my phone I wanted to talk about.
What's
Again. Shit, I didn't write it down. I know I did though. So it just didn't save. Well, that's my luck. I thought there was one more.
I don't know.
Either way, Go check out the Yvonne the Morticianer. I think that's...
Girl, we've got a ring light. It is not helping.
Oh. We can put some light on this, jank.
It's...
Is that a lot? That's a lot of light. We have the ring light, and I've got paper... So instead of like a white screen filter type thing, or whatever they call it, is that too much? Oh, wow, yeah, I'm glowing. But my face is still dark. What is this? How does this happen?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The light filter, I guess it would be called, is a strip of paper towels. Not on this one. This one's raw dog, as we like to call it. This light. That's what
We're really balling with the budget over here.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why everybody loves the show. It's uncut, unfiltered.
Clearly.
It is raw. It's raw dog. That's what my fans are gonna be called, the raw dogs. That's what we're naming us. Should I go back off?
Yes.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
Too much. But thanks again, everybody, for real, for getting the dude. Literally, I got on the next morning after I bitched everybody, and the YouTubers had gone from like 35 or 36 or whatever it was. I think it was at 35 up to 39. So tomorrow morning it'll be 43. Not really.
Hopefully.
What did you think? Come on.
Well, now
Ryan,
you
what
have
did
to say it.
No. I had something on the previous sheet. Something we didn't talk about last time.
Okay, now you don't want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we could talk about this.
Okay.
What about that murder scene that happened to us at Kohl's when we bought colored pencils?
That was your fault.
Okay.
You literally just picked something pretty off the shelf and ran with it.
Dude.
You picked up the fanciest colored pencils I've ever seen.
They only had one type.
That's why I stood there for a moment looking between the colored pencils and the markers and the crayons to see if they just had like
this show might have to end
little
because I bought colored
pack.
pencils.
Oh yeah, we're like going into debt now.
I had to start.
We might have to sell our house to pay for these colored pencils.
I went up. I bought this fucking awesome shirt, and everybody that thought that this show couldn't go on, these are two cans on my shirt, and the show could two can go on, or is it a pelican? Is it a pelican or a toucan?
It's a toucan.
The joke's the same way either way. It still ends with can. It's not toucan. The colored pencils. Shit, I almost lost myself in my own bad joke.
Oh,
the colored
boy.
pencils. I picked them up. We get to check out. I bought this awesome shirt. It's also a toucan pelican drinking beer. So I'll try to.
Why do you keep saying it like that?
What?
It's a toucan.
Toucan. What difference does it make? It's my accent.
It's
the checkout line was great. She rings up the colored pencils. $10.
And that's after 50%
Yeah,
discount.
it gets better. So then I look at the actual package, and it says 20, and it's marked 50% off. I'm like, $20? This was Kohl's, keep in mind. Shit, sorry, it hurt. Oh, shit, sorry, dude. This was Kohl's, keep in mind. So obviously, we shouldn't have been shopping for colored pencils, but I had to get this,
Yeah.
toucan. I'm never going to learn this. But it'll be fun. Every time I wear this shirt, drive you insane. I had to get this awesome toucan shirt, and they don't sell something like that at Walmart. And we couldn't make a double stop. We were going to the pumpkin patch. So when I was getting the toucan shirt, they skyrocket the prices. Yeah, but $20?
Even $10 is pricey. Ticket price for some colored pencils here.
Yeah, my shirt costs less than what the retail of those colored pencils were.
I think your shirt cost less than the sale price of those colored pencils.
I said the retail price. I guess the retail price, what
Would
they
be
would
the
be
ticket
after the
price.
sale? Fair enough. No, retail is before any sales. I think.
Right.
This argument matters. This is the stuff we argue about.
It's our life.
Fuck you, Tina. It's retail means no.
You know what, homie? It's been a good 5 years. We've had a good run.
It's been a good run. Who do y'all think's going to win the Texas race tomorrow? Ashley probably watches NASCAR. Who do you think's going to win Texas tomorrow, Ashley? Also share this, or at least like it. I think you probably already did. It's hard for me to tell that stuff from here. I can see the comments, but I can't really see any of the other stuff.
How's Bubba Wallace done this season? I was a big fan of his, and I have not paid any. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not the time to talk about Bubba Wallace. I mean, I don't have a problem with him, but he's lost a lot of fans.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. But no, not good. But next year he's got Jordan, Michael Jordan, and Denny Hamlin are creating a NASCAR team for Bubba. They're creating a basketball team, and Bubba's going to drive for them.
We appreciate you, Ashley, even though you don't watch NASCAR.
You don't watch NASCAR. Fair enough.
But she shared our stream, so that's cool. We love you.
Yeah, gang. I don't know what that finger was. Gang, that's what it was supposed to be. Like, did a shocker? Hopefully not.
Oh, God.
Sorry. I don't know what that was. I'll have to watch it back. Literally, I lost control of my hand for a second. It was like... my hand had, like, what Steve Carell, when he's in the... Like we were talking about earlier, like, the mouth vomit, like... That's what my hand did. I'm like, stop, hand. Just put this thing down here. Grab a beer.
Oh, my God.
I thought there was a spider down there. Jesus, that scared me. And I'm not even afraid of spiders, but dude, if this was a spider, this is a big...
What a puss.
It's a snake. No big deal. Did everybody watch the Bill Burr monologue, by the way?
I still don't understand why people flipped out over that. I mean, yeah, like...
Yeah, let's talk about it now that we have a female in the studio. What do you think about Bill Burr's monologue?
I don't
trashing
have a
white
whole...
females.
He didn't trash white females.
I know, he just went at them like saying like, well, how are y'all part of the woke movement? You watched that section, right?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. It's funny, like...
It's hilarious.
It's
clearly just him being a comedian.
Right. Like, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself sometimes. I mean, white people frequently are very sucky. We don't, like... And white women especially. There's a lot of Karens out there. And it's okay to laugh about it.
Yeah, I've never met a person of color named Karen. So let's think about that for a minute.
Right.
Sorry, whatever Karens are watching this or listening. You know what state of, name you're in right now. So
right.
I didn't make that up. Yeah, the Karens, the woke culture, the like he said, has been essentially taken over somehow by white women because they were so, he does a lot better than I do. I'm not going to go into it. And I don't even think that he means any of the stuff he says. He's a comedian.
Right. It's not like he's specifically saying, like, white women are bad people. He's poking fun at a part of white culture, if you can even, like, call it that.
Hell yeah, white culture.
Like, is there even white culture?
Look at my shirt. Yeah, this is white culture.
Okay, that's
just kidding.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself, for goodness sake.
I think that sometimes when you're not aware of what you're doing and then it hits you in the face like that, because we're not doing this kind of stuff. We're trying to be the front forward movement for something that, you know what I mean?
No.
We support it, but we're not trying to take over it like somehow it's gotten to be had. So, like, if you don't if you don't understand that, and then some guys pretty much, if you genuinely think that you're doing all good, and you are, probably, it's just like you said, he's poking fun at it. And if you think you're genuinely doing all good, and then he's kind of shitting on what you're doing, I guess I could understand it. I'm not making an excuse for them. I could just imagine the type of women that are upset about it would be that type of woman that, I've done everything for, you know what I mean? Like,
right, like
pipe down. Not you, them.
No, I feel you. Like, I feel like there's just, like, it's so trendy to be involved in these movements, which is good and bad. And it's good that people are getting involved, but it's also, like, become so huge that it's, like, trendy, and people aren't
You've seen the videos.
realizing the emphasis of it.
You've seen the videos of literally people getting out of their cars and, like, going to stand and, like, do, like, a
take a picture, and then they go off, like,
they get back in their car.
Exactly.
Like, one of them's her dad taking the picture of her.
Right.
It's like, dude.
Yeah.
She's probably doing it for Instagram. Like, she probably has got a bigger Instagram than all of my accounts put together, but Is that the hustle that we're gonna do? There's a lot of bad things going on. Is when you talk about YouTubers, we talk about it all the time. You know, staging or saying that they have Corona when they don't, or a lot of this bullshit from these scam artists slash douchebags, in my opinion, that just, you know, it's always for the like. It's always for the status. Like this, you know, it's always for saying, like, you, no, I was a part of this. Look at this picture.
Yeah, it's all fake.
I did something. And nobody other than people taking that video, seeing you do that and then get back in your car, can prove in the midst of an argument or something that you didn't actually stand for the movement and, you know.
Right.
But do you have a guilty conscience to even do that, or are you just doing it for the likes? Like, I feel somebody that's like the guy in the room that's like, I'm not racist. I got a friend that's black.
Friend.
Yeah,
well,
like
you're so far up your own ass that you don't realize how wrong you are.
Yeah, but do these people doing this really not know?
No, I think that they're genuinely so self-absorbed they don't
Shout
realize.
out to my Cali kid friends. You know, this wasn't nobody from Virginia doing this shit, although we do see it sometimes. It's mostly
see it plenty here.
Yeah, we do see it a lot. Sorry, Cali kids. Yeah, we do see it here. You're right. And I was going to say something, but I don't want to, not because I don't want you to hear it. I'll tell you as soon as we hit the end button.
Okay.
There'll be somebody on here listening like, that guy. I'll be the next Bill Burr of my own damn fans. Although that wasn't Bill Burr's fans, it was Saturday Night Live, which you should know what you're getting into when you do that in the first place, but that's just my opinion. You know you're going to have a lot of... I mean, Dave Chappelle's...
I am drinking a Bud Seltzer, and I do like them better than Truly's. I feel like Truly's and whatever the other brand is, White Claw, have kind of a funky, like, aftertaste. And the Bud Seltzers, not only have I found better flavors that I like, but I feel like the flavors are just better. But I have got to peace out because I'm watching a baby monitor and watching somebody squirming on there. So it's been real.
Well, we're at 57 anyway.
Yeah. You want to go ahead?
All right, thanks, Tina. No, I got it. I got a mouse over here. Sorry. I didn't tell her that. But last time me and Ryan were dual mousing. We were fighting mice. I say mouses. Jesus. I'm going to need you in here to keep it together. Can you phone in? Can I call you?
Good luck.
Yeah. Tina's coming in live from my phone. No, but really, like I said, we're about to close it out anyway, but go to Spotify. Y'all have done well on getting people to go to YouTube. My numbers aren't well, but y'all, every time I tell you to go do it, the numbers do get bigger. So I can't thank y'all enough. I still need to get them up bigger. So, I mean, if you can keep on doing that, that'd be great. But also, if you want to go to Spotify, or like, you know, some of the people that, you know, they don't do the whole YouTube or Facebook, you know, if they just want to listen to something while they drive down the road. A lot of them have Apple Podcasts. I know. My voice break? I know. I'm trying. Like I said, Bill Gates. I'm still going to blame it on him, even though I was proven wrong by Tina. Bill Gates is messing it up. So, go to Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, Pocket Casts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, any of those for now, and listen, like, share. And that would help a lot. I mean, once I get the Apple thing going, I think that'll help a lot, because not everybody has Spotify, but it's literally just the download of a app. I got it back when I heard that Joe Rogan was going to Spotify. I was like, shit, I'm going to have to end up getting it eventually. So I ended up getting it, and then I never used it, to be honest with you. I never used it. And then I got a podcast in there, and I started using it. Just go get Spotify. Just go get it. I don't expect you to get, like I said, Radio Public. I've never even heard of some of this stuff, and now you've got me, you know, being an angry white guy screaming at everybody on those channels. So, Pocket Casts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Anchor, and Spotify. All right. I think that's about it. Thanks, everybody. Love you all. See you next week. Like I said, we've at least got 39 subscribers on YouTube now, so we got a couple more episodes in us before we have to say, it's been a good run, like my wife told me today. So, we're still together, though. Don't let that worry y'all. For now. been a good run. All right, everybody. Love y'all. Damn, this mouth's touchy. Oh, shit. Shucks.